Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. We're very, very happy to have you here today, of course. And we're getting ourselves lots of music and crossover, which is good. It's good. It's all right. I'm good with it. But happy to have you guys here. Of course, this is Bugbear's Basement, and we're going to be getting into our Moonshea Isles campaign in Dungeons and Dragons Forgotten Realms. So it's going to begin today. Looking forward to it. I see we got Jennifer in here, we got Roger, and we got the guys in here chatting as well. So appreciate you guys being here. We know this is a bit more niche, but definitely share this out to your family, friends, and extended community so they can come on and be in here with us and enjoy this. I think we got a good story that's going to develop with them. We got some good characters here, so we'll see how it all rolls out. But today's the beginning of it. So welcome. And Roger said already he's all right. He's ready to fight orcs, mages, and wolves. Another great episode of D&D. Well, I hope so, dude. I think we have a great idea and a great layout, which we're going to get to in a minute. But first thing we want to do is just come over and warm up for a minute and say hello to the guys to see who's going to be in this campaign going forward and see if they have anything intelligible to say. Let's start with Bill. He's often intelligible. Hi, Bill.
But not today.
Not
Today I'll
today.
be unintelligible.
Okay.
So, no, my name's Bill, and I don't recycle. So that's about it. But
Awesome.
no, I'm running a character.
That's good to know.
His name's Bran. He is a monk, a half-elven monk, and he's from the Murloc Vale and
Ooh.
was orphaned by the Elodrin raiding his home. So the Elodrin have come in and decided that they're taking over their homeland again, and where his family lived was in their territory that they claimed. So
Yep.
they razed the ground. They destroyed a lot of the people there. Everyone who wasn't an Eldrin elf was just put to the sword. He was rescued by some monks and raised in their monastery.
Yeah.
And stone cutting skills. And he was chosen to accompany his stonecutter master to Cork, where we are, for the building of this temple. And that's what brought me here today.
Awesome. There you go. Perfect layout. We have an orphan character who may or may not have an axe to grind. Have the monks been successful in their duties to take the memories of his youth and the death of his family out of his soul and make him a peaceful person? Or is he a murderer deep down and at heart, looking for a chance to kill high elves? I wonder.
Murderer! No, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
how
We'll
which
see.
direction he gets pushed.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's part of the challenge for his soul.
Yeah, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Introduction of who you are. So we got Bran, rock on. Then we have Comic Book Bob here, and now Comic Book Bob is he's an old veteran here of D&D. And Bob, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am playing Adderil Autumnwind. He is a wood elf Leywer cleric. And Arendrin was born in the forest of Winterglen to a family of woodsmen, where he lived with his family of his twin sisters, who lived in relative peace with the various races that inhabited the Moonshea Isles until the Eladrin returned, and everything changed. Caught between the conflict between the Eladrin and the folk, Andoril was orphaned when the Eladrin laid waste to his village simply because they were in the way. Taken in by the priests and clerics of the local monastery that worshipped Corlane, the elven god. He was raised in their ways, became a cleric, and now lives to spread Corlane's teachings and wisdom, as well as promoting a more tolerant and inclusive life with all of the races in the Moonshea.
Okay. So now you're not sharing, just so you know. You were sharing, and then now you're not. Your screen has gone black.
Oh,
So you got to figure
okay.
out what that is. But I do have a question for you. There you go. It's back. Now you are playing a Leywer elf. So
Yes, sir.
The Eladrin wiped out your area too, is what you're saying.
Yeah, their village basically. Their village was located in an area of the continent where the folk were kind of pushing back a little bit. So the local folk were like, "Well, we're not going to stand for this."
I see.
And unfortunately, the Eladrin, with the aloofness and the way they look down on everybody, they'll say, well, we're just going to lay waste to everything in the area to get rid of you.
Yeah, just efficiently
And
deal
that's
with it. Yeah.
it's like out of sight, out of mind, and they just destroyed everything.
Yeah, no, sounds good. And now we're seeing a theme here because I will get to it in my introduction here momentarily. But war is upon the Isles. We're in the Moonshea Isles, of course. Now we're on the island of Moray, which has its own issues. But these guys, I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, over on the main island of Cyrodiil. We are definitely having some problems. But we got war orphans too. Let's move along here and let's say hello to Slick Jimmy. How you doing, dude?
I'm okay. I'm just trying to figure some things out here.
No problem.
So,
You had your character sheet. There you go. That's looks good. So go ahead and tell the folks who you're playing today.
my character, I just kind of made up a name, Zaleja Mestafel L. There we go. And she's a sorcerer, kind of wild mage. I was gonna have her like her be a sorceress / rogue, but we'll see. I'm just
Well, you can make those
deciding.
decisions as we go forward. Yeah.
All right. She's had a fairly extensive background. I pumped her age up to 30. She's a tiefling Asimar hybrid. So her mother was of angelic or celestial stock. Her father was from tiefling or demonic stock, and she's the hybrid of those two. So she's an abomination in the eyes of the celestials, and apparently the tieflings just don't really care that much. But uh, she I didn't decide on where she was, where she had her nativity, her young years, but it was off in the woods because her parents were kind of hiding from the angelic or the celestials.
Sure.
And at a certain point, about 7 years old, she was teleported away when her parents' cabin was attacked by ostensibly her grandfather. And but he cast a spell that knocked her off course of wherever they were sending her, and she ended up in Skullport,
Oh, jeez.
running on the streets in
Oh,
Skullport.
not good. Okay.
So she survived there, hook or crook, you know how it is in Skullport, until about from about 6 years until her 13th birthday, around there, where she had her menses, and the curse that was upon her took over, and she massacred basically her gang. And the people in Skullport don't like things that they don't know how to control. So she decided to jump ship and get on a pirate ship. She was discovered, stowaway, and they found more than making killing her. They found her amusing, and they brought her to Waterdeep, but there was a cost to her. She was basically sold to a brothel, where for the next few years she was given to that life, and she kind of learned some more about magic. Her mother taught her some magic, father as well, but that's where she kind of learned about lure and glamour and that sort of thing. But one of the guards, who was new, half orc, he decided he wanted to mess with her while she was chained up down the basement during the night of her when she turns into the demon. And she ends up again causing a massacre within the establishment where she lived, where she was actually fairly comfortable. So she runs to find one of the guests or clients, who is a dragonborn guy, and she beseeches him to take her in and give her protection. And he's a mage, and some other stuff, but he's primarily a mage. And so she becomes basically his paramour and apprentice, and then later on his right hand girl, and assassin. Although he, and those who know this about, I guess, about Winterdeep, it's pretty well organized, but he's been running a syndicate, like a criminal syndicate, unknown to the Helms or to the Black Robes or the Sea Watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
The merchant guilds. Yeah.
And so he's been running his own syndicate underneath that, the criminal organization, and she's his his girl, but he wants to break. He's actually bonded inside of the city. He can't get out of it. He's been kind of chased out of his clan, and they put wards around the city. That's his basically his prison is Waterdeep, and he chafes at that. So he's searching for blood and scale of all metallic and all chromatic dragons. But he sent his right hand girl to go get. Her quest is to find blood and scale. That's all she has to find, but it has to be freely given of the dragon. So that's her quest.
So that's why she's over in the Moonshea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's got I haven't written this out, but basically she's limited right now from the things she's actually learned. So she's higher level, but she's been limited. So
Okay.
I'll
Well,
come up with a
I
reason for
think
that.
you have inadvertently rewritten many things that are happen within the Forgotten Realms, but that's all right. That's the way they happen now.
Oh, sorry, I was a little homebrewing there. I'm sorry.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Although we had come up with a generally sensible reason why you were with the guys. Um, so did we change that, or is that still going on?
Um, she's like I said, she's fairly weak right now, so she can combat, but she's not at her full strength.
That's
So
not what
yeah,
I
she
meant.
can.
That's not what I meant.
Um,
The priest here and they and actually his mentor who is with you guys got you out of the Eldrin's reach because for them you're just a troublesome curse thing and it's easier just to kill you.
yeah, that's
So
fine.
yeah, okay, that's good. All right, well, we definitely have something there. I know some of you guys who are listening who know D&D might be saying, "Whoa, whoa, that doesn't work like that." That's all right. It does now, as far as our
Well,
campaign goes.
I'm sorry. I tend to like to write my own story, so if
No problem, dude.
that offends any D&D aficionados out there, many mea culpas.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I think it's fun and it's easy, and it's not like we're gonna run into other tieflings anyway, so it's all good. Excellent. So we have Zalazia. Nice. Then moving over to our last player, but certainly not least, we have Zach. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach. I'm playing a character called Boran, and he's a folk. He's a folk hero. He's
Yes.
human, and he's young, and he's inexperienced, and he's very naive. And he is chasing after a girl because he can't keep it in his pants because he's young. And it gets him
Desperately
into
in love.
some fun. Yep, and it gets him into some trouble with the local bandits, which he will now have to deal with. But for as like a summer job, he worked with the um, the temple to help scout it out when doing lumbering and whatnot to make sure that things were good and safe and whatnot. So um, he got to know the others, the other monks in that way. So he's and now he finds himself in this weird situation where he accidentally stopped the crab apple crew,
Hmm.
and I think what did we name him? We named him Dirty Squiggly, the leader, from stealing the pig and saving the festival, and now he wants to prove himself to uh, the lady of his
Lacey.
dreams, Lacey, the
Lacey.
redhead.
Hmm.
So, and that's where we begin.
Well, that's okay. I'm very happy that he's here because I will happily pop his cherry. So here we go, guys. Very very nice. We got our characters laid out, all very interesting, and things that are going to go on, and we'll see that as the campaign continues, their characters and the things around them will certainly change because that's how it works. But do keep. Okay, and it's trying to come back on, and it's trying to come back on, and it should be back on. And it doesn't want to come back on. You've got to be kidding me. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can work this out. It so rarely happens, but it happens often when I'm doing this D&D stuff. The gods hate me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also seems to be the same time when I get kicked off my router too, is whenever I'm on a live stream.
Yeah, it's goofing out. I don't know what's going on with it. On my side, it says it's running fine. Can you guys do me a favor and go over and check and see if it's working for you?
Yeah,
It's just
I've
it's not
got
on.
yeah,
No.
it says it's down. I'm talking to everybody in chat. I just told everybody to hang loose. We've got some technical difficulty.
Yeah, I don't know because on my side it's saying it's repaired,
Hmm.
but it doesn't seem to be
Maybe
repaired.
dump out and start a whole new hangouts.
We could, might have to. All right, so let me do this then. Damn it. All right, hold on a second.